Well, we go into the fourth quarter of this sixth game in the World Championship Series of professional basketball.
Looking to pass, to share, back to Pettit, Bob is under, shoots and scores, the left-hander.
Your stats were incredible. You had all the resume. Like, I don't understand what happened where when people talk about the greatest forwards of all time, it seems like there's some imaginary cutoff point. Why do you think you aren't mentioned with when they talk about Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Bird, all these guys? And people mention you occasionally, but not all the time.
I don't have any idea. I maximized every ounce of ability that I had. I played as hard as I could play every night. I had some success, and
a lot of success.
And so I'm very, very comfortable within my own skin.
Right.
And I don't worry about that. I don't have any idea.
I'll give you six players, yeah. And I can't name him.
No.
Magic and Michael, Larry, Baylor, Oscar, and probably either Olajuwon or Pettit.
He was an offensive rebounding machine, as tough a player as there ever was.
Had a soft touch, very quick first step, went to the hoop strong, had a good outside shot. One of the greatest players that's ever played the game.
You know, today's players in many ways are advanced physically because of the training and just the way people in sports evolve. But I know from watching video of you and from hearing people talk about you, you were a bad, bad man on the court. And the NBA in the old days was a really physical, no kids allowed sport.
Yeah, it was tough. And then the other team would try their best sometimes to intimidate you. They'd put a very tough man on you. He'd been known to try to beat you to death, but you survive that when you get used to it. And that's why I started lifting weights. I said, I'm tired of being beat on. I'm gonna go out and beat on somebody. So I about 3 or 4 years, I put on 30 pounds. And
this was as a pro. You first started lifting weight.
After I had been my year when I was the MVP of the NBA and led the league in scoring and rebounding, I said, what can I do to get better? The only thing I could do to get better, I thought, was to get stronger, to take the physical pounding and the games night after night after night.
Today we profile the man regarded by many as the game's original power forward, Hall of Famer Bob Pettit. But as a youngster, it didn't seem that Bob was headed for fame, at least not on the basketball court. He was cut from his high school team in each of his first 2 years. But he kept at it with the same determination that became the hallmark of his career.
I started practicing a lot. I put a goal up in my backyard and started practicing at night as a sophomore in high school. And I practiced for the next 8 years, probably 5-6 hours a day. I'd come home in the afternoon, shoot baskets, eat supper, do my lessons, and go back out till 10 o'clock at night.
Working hard to improve his game, Bob not only made the team, he led Baton Rouge High to its first state title. From there, he went on to become a college All-American at LSU. In 1954, he left LSU to enter the NBA.
I was a center in college. Red was our coach in Milwaukee, and he took one look at me and watched me, and he said, Bob, get out, you're forward. You go outside and start playing. And basically, I learned by trial and error.
League scoring leader Bob Pettit of St. Louis hooks for a terrific two-pointer.
Beautiful hook shot. That was Lazy Susan. I used it in college some, but as a professional, I felt that I'd better find another shot.
You picked up the jump shot, what many people say was one of the great jump shots in the business.
Gives out to Pettit. Bob, a turnaround jumper. Shot is good! An impossible shot made by Pettit that time. Gives him 42 points. A turnaround jumper, he didn't even see the backboard.
Well, here we're looking at a jump shot where I developed as a professional. I didn't have it in college. Basically in college I was a hook shooter. But what I tried to do on the jump was to go up and into the shot. And not only would it enable me to make it, but as you see here, I got fouled. And when I went into the player that was guarding me, I was much more apt to get fouled.
Bob, a turnaround jumper. Good! Oh my goodness sakes of goodness! What an exhibition.
When did you feel that you shot the jump shot with great accuracy? If you just started your first year in the pros, it had to take a while.
It took me a couple of years to develop it, really to the point that I finally got it, but it came rather rapidly.
Pettit dribbles across with the ball. The former LSU All-American drops into the corner and rifles in a direct hit.
Did you have three-point range? The three-point line did not exist.
Did not exist for sure. I think everybody would have had it, but if I could get 10 feet closer, I'd do that. Because you only get 2 points no matter where you shoot it from.
15-footer is good from the left side. That's their favorite play.
Into Stableman and back to Pettit, and he puts it in there.
McCauley to Pettit from the foul line. Shot is good. A one-handed jumper by Pettit gives him 37 points.
Were you always conscious of drawing the three-point play?
Always. And anytime in close, I went to the backboard, as you see right here on the layup. Anytime in close, or the layup or jump shot, I went to the board.
Played 2 years with this cast.
Yes, I did. I broke my left hand about 57 and 58, and it didn't really bother me that much. In fact, it was a pretty good weapon on occasion.
He had a stiff arm to get that shot away.
How many stitches did you have during your pro career?
Well, in stitches around my face, I probably had 140 to 150 stitches, but the two big injuries I had were the two broken hands, and in my last year, I tore a ligament in my left knee.
I sprained my ankle one night in Badley in Fort Wayne. Couldn't get up out of the bed the next morning and stand on it. The two teammates carried me down, and I played that night.
I had 17 stitches put in my eye in the second quarter one day and started the third quarter.
In those days, you played. If you were hurt, you better really be hurt.
How tall were you?
Last time I really measured, I was in bare stocking feet, 6'8" and a quarter. I was about 210 pounds, and I got lifting weights and exercising, and I went up to 245. I would say if I was playing today, I'd probably play at 260. Yeah, easily.
Great ones always move without the ball.
It's very, very important. In fact, anytime somebody else had the ball on my team, I'd constantly move, and if I could catch a man like Cliff Hagan's eye, I'd go right to the basket, and he'd hit me for a layup.
But Bob Pettit shakes himself free, takes a quick pass, and racks up a twin-pointer for St. Louis.
Pettit can move inside or outside. Here's going to swing behind a pick. Takes the shot, one-handed up, and good!
Yeah, it was a real good shot of going without the ball. My man turned his head, and my teammate had it, and I went behind him and got a pass and got an easy three-point play. I felt it's very important for the forwards, the big men particularly, to drive to the basket as much as they can.
To Pettit, Bob going down the lane, shoots and scores! A beautiful, beautiful shot by Pettit. He's all over him, gives to Pettit, Bob is under, shoots and scores, a left-hander.
On a drive, and even Bill Russell can't stop it. Pettit in low. Overtime heights and good for two.
See him drive for that basket. You can't stop him. Bob spins, goes under. He shoots and scores. He got under and flipped the ball over his head. 35 points for Pettit.
Not only do you have a real good chance to make it, but you also get fouled a lot. And I shot probably 12 to 15 free throws a game.
Pettit on a screen. Takes the baseline and good for two. And draws a foul. As is so often the case, Bob Pettit at the free throw line unerring.
5 seconds left and the Hawks down by 2. Pettit drove to the hoop and was fouled by Russell. With anxious Boston fans looking on, Pettit hit both free throws to send the game into overtime.
Next toss is good. It's 46 points for Pettit.
Now here's a shot of where I just trapped with the ball, so I just get it up on the backboard and go right and get it back. And really on an offensive board, which I felt was one of my stronger points, I very seldom tip the ball. I usually go up and grab it, bring it down, and go back up. And there's an example of it. Catching the ball and putting it back up. Not only was it more accurate, but again, I was working to get the foul.
Pettit with a 5-footer and draws a foul. Bob Pettit, one of the best three-point shooters in basketball.
What was your bread and butter?
Offensive boards. I felt that that's where I scored the important points that I got.
Tipped in by Pettit.
I felt that I scored 5, 6, 7 points a game off the offensive board. You know, did I have a nice jump shot? Yes. Did I rebound well as a defensive end? Yes, but where I really felt that the thing that I'm most proud of, if I look back on it and say, what did I do the best of what my limited ability might have shown, I'd say the offensive rebound.
Pettit with a rebound, feeds inside Elgin Baylor for the easy two.
Got the ball, caught it, right back up with it.
One-hander way off balance, no good. It's Pettit with a rebound.
The only thing I could do to get better, I thought, was to get stronger, to take the physical pounding and the games night after night after night. But see, I'm 25 years old with 24 starting lifting weights. I should have been 12 or 13. Finally got myself to weighing 245 pounds. I'd have probably weighed 260 pounds. If I'd have been lifting weights all that time, I'd have been a lot stronger. I'd have jumped a lot higher. I'd have had more stamina. In those days, the owner nearly had a hissy when he heard I was lifting weights. It's going to run your shooting touch. Well, it doesn't affect your shooting touch. I mean, anything, it just makes you stronger at the end of the game when before you'd be so tired. Now, because of the weights and the strength and everything, you're not tired, exhausted at the end of a game. You can continue to play at a peak level.
Again, you see me getting a defensive rebound, and the main thing I tried to do then was to go up, get the ball, get a good firm grip on it, and get it out to the guards as soon as possible to get the fast break started. The defensive rebounder, the one that gets the ball, is always the one that's the key to the fast break. You try to get it down the court as fast as you can. There's a picture of me getting a defensive rebound and turning and looking up court, which is so important in firing a pass and starting the fast break.
Robinson and to Heinsohn, whose southpaw hook is off the rim. Pettit sends a whale of a pass to Dissinger, and Terry drops it in there.
Final play of the game. Bill Russell in, misses, Pettit rebound. The outlet that starts the break, Elgin Baylor is good for two.
Last rally with Pettit's long pass to Jack Twyman for an easy layup. Final score 124-108.
Flip is no good, and Pettit's got the rebound.
So I had, I think, a good mental outlook towards playing the game at that time. I was mentally prepared. Every single night I went on a basketball court. There was never in the 900 or 1,000 games I played, I never once ever got to the point I wasn't ready to go out and play.
Bob Pettit's preparation paid off. He was named League MVP in 1956 after leading the NBA in scoring and rebounding. And he won the honor again 3 years later, while also capturing another league scoring crown. And he was often the star of stars. Some of Bob's finest performances came in All-Star games, in which he appeared in each of his 11 NBA seasons, and was named MVP a record 4 times.
That's Pettit, who's done a splendid rebounding job tonight, as well as some outstanding offensive work.
In the corner, Bellamy screens for Pettit. It bounces off the rim, out of the hands of Robinson, and back to Pettit. Bob fires the ball to Dissinger to Bellamy, who dunked it.
On a drive, and the follow is good.
Bob Pettit setting up Elgin Baylor. Switch to Pettit, number 9. Into Chamberlain, but Wilt's shot is off. West fights hard to overtake their rivals. Bob Pettit throws in for the sill, and Chamberlain dips it in. Pettit, number 9, is one of the game's superstars. In his tremendous professional career, Bob has not only achieved fantastic scoring records, he has excelled in every branch of the game. The hero of the Hawks, Bob Pettit.
And the West upsets the East 124-108. Bob Pettit with 25 and Elgin Baylor with 24 share the MVP award.
The game trophy for top performance goes to Bob Pettit of the St. Louis Hawks.
With a final basket by Bob Pettit, they win it 108-94, and Pettit's declared the most valuable player.
Pettit from the outside, again good for 2.
The spearhead of the Hawk attack is this fellow, longtime All-Star Bob Pettit. 10 times a member of the All-NBA team. He's a fabulous shooter.
Pettit from the corner.
And when he misses outside or when a teammate misses, he's a hard worker inside. Watch him, number 9.
In his next to last season, Pettit achieved a milestone that gave him an indelible place in NBA history. He became the first player to reach the 20,000-point plateau.
Bob Pettit moves around, takes the shot up, and Bob Pettit becomes the first player in history to score 20,000 points.
Well, that's right. I had a career goal at the end of my career of scoring me the first to score 20,000 points. I really wanted to do this. In fact, I think it's the reason I played my last year.
Jack McMahon feeds the pivot, and Big Bob Pettit banks one through for 2.
He played a World Championship game with the Hawks, and 4 times you were in the finals against the Celtics. Of course, they had Russell.
Well, we played them 5 times in the finals and beat them 1, and that was in 1958 in St. Louis. So they were a lot of real close games, and it was a great rivalry.
Every Celtic burst was answered by an unstoppable Bob Pettit.
Pettit with the ball, shoots and scores! Pettit scores! Pettit scores! He's got 50 points! 50 points for Pettit!
With a record 50-point performance, Pettit was having the best game of his career.
I have never seen anything like this in my life. Pettit with 19 points here in the 4th quarter of play has just taken charge of this game by himself. We have never seen him try the shots he's tried tonight. I've never seen a better performance. Pettit, offensively and defensively, a dedicated performance. He scored 50. The ball game is over. The Hawks are world's champions. The Hawks are the world's champions. The Hawks win it 110-19. The Hawks are the champions of the world. Oh, and this crowd is going wild. Everybody down on the court. They're grabbing Pettit. They're tearing him loose. 10,000 fans in a frenzy now as the Hawks have won the world's championship. They've beaten the Celtics.